Hey everybody, welcome today to my NBA playoff breakdown. And I figured today, I'm a big Toronto Raptors fan, so I'm going to give my predictions of what's going to happen in this year's NBA playoffs. Now, a lot of people, like the sports analysts, have been picking the Lakers and they've been picking the Clippers, but I think that's total fucking bullshit. Those teams are garbage. It's like, really? You're going to pick one of the LA teams? They're a bunch of old geezers that can barely even walk. You think they're going to win the playoffs? It's like, you gotta be kidding yourself. Alright, so I'll get down to showing what my playoff predictions are. Alright, so here, let's begin with the West, since that's what I was emphasizing here. Here we got the first game between the Lakers, and I believe that the Grizzlies are already gone, so it's going to be the Portland Trailblazers. Well, here, I think Portland Trailblazers are a really good team. Like, didn't have the greatest beginning to the season, but they've been getting better and better as time goes on. And they added Carmelo Anthony, who's just killing it this year. I think he's even better than LeBron James. So yeah, that's what I think. When it comes to the Lakers, they're such a bunch of old geezers. They're so washed up. Dwight Howard, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. He was good, like, what, 5 years ago? And it's like LeBron James, man, he's so washed up. It's like he wasn't even a good player to begin with. Look at when he used to be on Cleveland. He couldn't win jack shit. He just kept getting eliminated over and over again. It wasn't until he jumped ship and bailed on everyone and joined a team of all all-stars like in Miami, 2 franchise players already on the team. So yeah, that's what it took for LeBron James to win. He has to be on a team stacked with franchise players. Like, look at the Raptors. 1 franchise player was all it took, and they fucking won it all. They didn't need no fucking team stacked with franchise players. Come on, James. It's like, he's the best player in the NBA? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Alright, so let's get on next to who's gonna make it and out of the next round here between the Thunder and the Rockets. Well, we all know that the Rockets team they're a great regular season team when games don't matter. You're playing with the sissy, fucking, what's his name, Harden. It's like, man, it's like, he's one of those players that when it comes time to the regular season, garbage minutes, oh, he's amazing. But as soon as when a time comes to actually win in the playoff, no one sucks balls worse than Harden does. And I don't mean sucking balls in a good way. So yeah, that's what I think. I think the Thunder are going to slaughter the Rockets, and they're going to make it on because they ditched, what's his name? Westbrook. Westbrook is another one of those players that thinks he's a good player, but all he does is fucking hog the ball and fucking screws over his whole team every year. So yeah, that's why I think the Rockets are going to be losing again, but actually Westbrook is even injured, so I hope that Westbrook has a full recovery, that we can see the Rockets get slaughtered with a good, full, healthy team. Alright, so next we'll get on to the Nuggets versus the Jazz. Nuggets versus Jazz, I think, is a pretty even matchup. I could really be wrong about this one either way. The only reason I'm picking the Jazz is because the Raptors have had a pretty rough go playing the Jazz. They got, Rudy Gobert, this big fucking guy. Even COVID couldn't stop him. Remember what Rudy was saying about COVID? Such a fucking weak virus, he barely even felt it. So yeah, that's my opinion about that one. I think the Jazz will go on. Although I do like the Nuggets because, what's that one guy? I think Jamal Murray or something. But anyways, he's from my town, Kitchener. Even though I'm a Raptors fan, Toronto, it's like Kitchener's the closest city to Toronto, or it's the closest team we have, so that's why I'm a big Toronto Raptors fan, and I'm actually kind of cheering for the Nuggets to win, but I don't think they will. Alright, next we have the Clippers and the Mavericks. Clippers are the team washed up. It's like, you look at all their players, they're all former Raptors. It's like, you got Lou Williams, former Raptor, he couldn't make it on the Raptors. He's too shitty of a player, so we let him go. It's like, he couldn't even make our starting lineup. He was a fucking bench player, for God's sakes. And then you look at Paul George. Paul George is probably one of the biggest losers in the entire NBA. It's like, the Raptors have played the Pacers year after year. We could just slaughter them. Fucking Pacers are easy. Paul George sucks. It's like, sure, he's good during the regular season minutes, but as soon as playoff comes, he's fucking sucking balls. Not in a good way. Yeah, not to like harsh on Paul George. I'm glad that he came back from that devastating injury and revitalized his career. So big shout out to him for that. Don't want to be totally negative. And as far as Kawhi Leonard goes on the Clippers, as a Raptors fan, I seen firsthand Kawhi help us win the title. But guess what also happened? Kawhi could barely fucking walk. It's like half the games he was playing helping us, It's like he was going up and down the court limping. He could barely jump, could barely fucking move. He had to take half the games off for the season because his body's constantly breaking down. So it's like, I don't know, if you're banking on Kawhi Leonard to carry the fucking Clippers into the finals, I think you got a sad fucking awakening coming. No, when Kawhi Leonard left, at one point I was a little bit bitter and upset that he left. But in the back of my mind I was thinking, dear God, Kawhi Leonard gave us the best year of his career. Like, I think right now, from every year forward, his career is going to be going down the fucking tank until he gets his fucking surgery and his leg issues cleared up. Like, I don't know, like, I like Kawhi Leonard and all, but man, is he ever fucking injury prone. It's like, thank God he managed to help the Raptors do it. That was like nothing short of a miracle. Like, even at one point, Kawhi Leonard went into an interview and said that Toronto Raptors have to do more because he's not capable of winning an NBA championship on his own. Is Paul George enough to help him? I highly doubt it. So yeah, that's why I don't pick the Clippers making it out of the first round. Dallas Mavericks is fucking stacked with good players. Not only do they got that unicorn guy, but they have the fucking best player in the entire NBA on their team. That fucking Doncic guy or whatever. So I was like, holy shit, people aren't picking the Mavericks to make it? It's like, I'll fucking bet them to slaughter any LA team any day. Yeah, so let's get on to the next round. Portland versus the Thunder. Here I think the Thunder are a pretty good team. Chris Paul and all that. They're pretty sick. But I just think Melo and Portland is too good. So they're going to beat the Thunder and make it into the next round. Same thing with the Jazz versus the Mavericks. Jazz got a pretty good team. I just think they don't stand a chance against the best player in the fucking league. So they're going to get slaughtered. Mavericks are going to go on to face Portland. Right, so next we have the Portland Mavericks matchup. And I think, boy, is this ever something else. Because the Mavericks and the Portland are both really good teams. So I could see this going to a Game 7, or however the NBA Finals have worked it. I don't know, are they doing 5 or 7 games this season? I hope it's still 7. Well, anyway, so yeah, I think the Mavericks, just because they have the better players, are going to fucking pull ahead in this series and get the win. Alright, so next we'll do the Eastern Conference. Now here, I'm not going to hate on the Eastern Conference and call out the favorites that NBA players or analysts are picking, because I think in the East, they're way more accurate. Like the Bucks, they are a good team. So when the analysts are picking the Bucks to win it all, I think, yeah, they definitely got a good chance for that. So I think the Bucks versus the Magic, that's going to be a clean sweep. And then when we get, the Orlando Magic is cool. I think, are they the ones that got Terrence Davis? I like Terrence Davis. He was a former Raptor. So yeah, big shout out to Davis. I wish he was still with the Raptors. As many as a lot of Raptors fans hate on him, but man, I liked him. Terrence Davis, slam dunk champion. Right, next we got the Heat versus the Pacers. This is an obvious one. Pacers are a garbage team. They're okay during the regular season, but come playoffs, even the Raptors can slaughter them. So yeah, Heat versus Pacers. Oh yeah, and the Heat are a good team. They've always given the Raptors a rough go. They're a very physical team. Give a good beating. So yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure that the Heat are going to slaughter the Pacers and make it to face the Bucks. Next we got the Sixers versus the Celtics. Sixers I think are a really good team when healthy. But we've seen that they've had a lot of fucking injuries so far through this little break, or what is it called, bubble games. So the Sixers are pretty much going to lose by default just because they're too injured to compete properly. And the Celtics are a really good team. I don't get it what it is with the Celtics. Like, I can't name a single player on their team. There's not anyone that I've actually watched and said, hey, this is a skilled player. So I don't know if it's just good coaching or what it is, but fuck, man, the Celtics are always giving the Raptors a rough time. So when the fucking that matchup comes, it's going to be rough. All right, Raptors versus Nets. I think the Nets are one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. Completely garbage. They even got worse when they added Kevin Durant, because he's Mr. Injury Prone. It's like everyone's going to rip on the Raptors for saying that we beat the Golden State Warriors without Kevin Durant. Well, I got fucking news for you. Kevin Durant played in some of those games, and we fucking still slaughtered them. Durant's a piece of shit. Like, he's like a fucking skeleton walking around. It's like you're going to bank on someone like that helping your franchise? So I think the only reason Durant ever had a good career is when he joined the fucking Golden State Warriors and they were carrying the team. And then Durant's like, oh, look at me, I'm winning. Well, it's like, yeah, you're on a team that's fucking all-stars. If you can't fucking win in that environment, you're a fucking moron. So anyways, sorry, it's a little bit early in the morning. I'm a little cranky. Can you tell? No, let's get a quick message from my sponsor at that note. Today's NBA review of the playoffs was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back everyone. Thank you for that excellent message from the sponsor. Alright, one thing. Alright, we're back. Now I just wanted to show you one more thing. Alright, so next, yeah, that was the Celtics versus the Raptors. Or no, that was the Raptors versus the Nets. Let's get back to the beginning. So for the Bucks versus the Heat, this is another one where I'm a little bit iffy on. It's like I know the Bucks are the favorites and they should slaughter the Heat, but the one issue that I see with the Bucks is their team fucking sucks balls except for Giannis. So if Giannis Antetokounmpo gets injured, all of a sudden the fucking Heat are just going to slaughter the Bucks. So really the Heat making it past the Bucks making it past the Heat is really dependent on the health of one player. But where the Heat, if they had a couple players injured, it really wouldn't matter. It's like one or two players, even half their team. They're a very solid team, so I think they're going to give the Bucks a run for their money. Let's say that the Bucks will win in 7 games if the Heat, or if they can stay healthy. But if they lose Giannis, they're fucked. So yeah, that's where I think the Bucks will make it to the next round. Alright, now we have the Celtics versus the Raptors. This is the Raptors' only worry I have in the entire playoffs. If you could name any other team that I would not want them to face because it's a difficult match, there isn't one. The Celtics are the Raptors' #1 obstacle. So I'm pretty sure the Raptors are going to have a fucking rough time with this series. They're going to stretch it out to 7 games, but pull off the victory in the end. Just because I think Nick Nurse is a superior coach, so he could definitely beat the Celtics with any team. I think he could coach them past them. Alright, so next we have the matches to make it into the finals, the Bucks versus the Raptors. We've seen this matchup before, like in last year's playoffs, and the Bucks had a pretty good go at the beginning, but Nick Nurse is just too good of a coach. He can adapt to any system that the Bucks are running and use our defense to just slaughter them. Not to mention if Giannis gets injured, it's like the Raptors' whole team is based on all of our franchise players getting hurt or injured at one point and everyone else being able to step up because our fucking bench is solid. Our bench could fucking beat half of these teams in the playoff. So yeah, that's what I think, is that the Raptors are going to beat the Bucks in, let's say 5 games. Bucks win the first one, Raptors win the rest. Alright, now for the big final matchup between the Raptors and the Mavericks. Here I'm thinking the Mavericks' best players are good, but they're soft players. And where like they could get injured easily. So I'm pretty sure the Raptors being able to bully people around. I'm kind of hoping Gasol puts on a little bit more weight so he gets back into his fucking bullying form where he can just push people around in the paint. So I don't know, unless Doncic fucking goes on a killer 3-point spree, but I'm pretty sure even Nick Nurse, he's going to be able to fucking stop the Mavericks 3-pointers with his amazing defense strategies. So I don't know, as much as I like that Mavericks' best players and I think they're a great team, I don't think they have any chance against the Raptors. I think it's going to be, let's go for a clean sweep for the Raptors this time. It's the East is so much more dominant than the West. The West is a pathetic division, a bunch of old, washed up has-beens. So yeah, I think the East is going to be dominant for a long time. The West, as soon as Kobe died, that was like the spirit of the Western Division gone with it. Yeah, God rest fucking Kobe's soul. He was one of my favorite players. I seen him fucking torch the Raptors with that 80 points, and I was watching the game live, not at the stadium, but on TV, so, man, I got to enjoy every minute of that. Even though the Raptors lost, it was fucking amazing watching Kobe. Yeah, I really miss the guy. Alright, so, and if you liked my fucking champion picks, you gotta check this out. I'm also doing the Bitcoin lottery for free spins every day. And this Bitcoin lottery is the best fucking one on the entire internet. And you get a free spin every hour. It gets you some free Bitcoin and 2 tickets into the lottery. So if you guys want to help my basketball channel reviews start to really pick up and want me to make more and more, fucking sign up to the Bitcoin lottery. And dear God, I'll help you guys out with as many offensive fucking basketball reviews as you can imagine. Like, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna fucking sugarcoat shit. If I fucking see bullshit, I'm gonna fucking call it out. And all these people saying that the fucking Lakers and the goddamn Clippers are going to make it somewhere in the playoffs, give your fucking head a shake. Alright, thanks everyone for watching this video. I'd like to say I got a whole bunch of sponsor links below. Not only the Bitcoin lottery, but I sell t-shirts. Finishing quick is my specialty shirts. And it also comes in bed sheets, which are very popular with the ladies. And I also have linked to fucking Sex Machine. So guys, if you want the top of the line internet gaming sex machine, that's the one for you. And if fucking ladies want a sex machine, that one won't work for you, but just call me. If you're near Toronto, I can help you with that. Alright, take care everyone. Thanks for watching my review. Oh yeah, and don't forget, never purchase the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now. Good luck everyone in the NBA. I hope I didn't offend too many people with my brutally honest review of the NBA playoffs. I'll put a subscribe link and a one for Bitcoin lottery. Don't forget to watch it. Bitcoin lottery, man, kicks fucking ass. It doesn't suck balls. See you later.